Hi there everyone, my name is Peter Rousseau. I'm owner and headmaster of Elroi Academy, but I'm also your mathematics teacher for 2017 and it's my absolute pleasure. I wanted to make this video to help you just know how exactly to use this online course for effective study, because it is a lot of work and it does take a lot of commitment and a little bit of help just to get started. So first of all, if you wanted to contact me, you can contact me via my email. There's my email address, or you can do so through the Canvas inbox. So if you click here on the inbox, you can see that you can compose a new message here at the top. Click there, select the course that you want to send it from. In this case is the Mathematics Course 2017. Start typing my name, Peter. It will come up with my name. There you go. Type the subject, and I'll give you a little bit of advice on how to type the subject a little bit later, just to make it a bit easier for me to respond to your requests, and then the bulk of your message. Okay, so let's go to the course and talk a little bit more about that. First of all, just the homepage. On the homepage, there's just my consulting hours. I'm available every morning from 3 to 5 a.m. from Monday through to Saturdays. I wake up early and I start responding. It's a great time to study, so I would really recommend that you go to bed early and wake up early. It's really a great time to be very effective early morning. So I'm available 3 to 5 a.m. and then again in the day from 3 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, Mondays to Fridays. And I will request that if you do study at night, just know that I won't reply immediately to emails. So it is better to then rather study in the morning, because I'm able to reply quickly. Textbook, there's no textbook required for the course. Here, the formal assessments. The formal assessment is the most important part of your studies, because if the formal assessments are not done, you are not registered for the final exam. So here we have the formal assessments, and what you need to know is that if you don't submit them on time, you are not registered for the final exam. We do have a little bit of grace period in the first term, since there is some students start late. Our deadlines are already starting the 9th of January for our assignments. Not our assignments, but our exercises on the homework. And some people only start near the end of February. So there is a little bit of grace for the first term, but after that, everyone has to be and keep up to date. Okay, so here you see your assignment summary, and you will see that for maths, you have a lot of work. Monday, the 9th of January, this topic has to be submitted. Tuesday, these 3 topics. Wednesday, these 3 topics. Thursday, and so we go on, even on to Saturdays. You have to even work on Saturdays, and then you'll notice that I'm making this video on Monday the 16th of January, so you'll see everything that is due up to the first week is up to there. Then we have the rest of the work, and you will notice it is a lot for the year. The maths course is a lot of very hard work, but if you work at least an hour to 2 every day, Mondays to Saturdays, then you will be up to date with the course consistently. However, some people do find that they are better to do it over 2 years, and I do recommend that if you do struggle and if you do find it hard to keep to the deadlines, that you consider doing it over 2 years. People are having remarkable increases in their marks by doing that, rather than trying to force everything in 1 year. Okay, so most of the time, that's the homepage, you will be working off from modules. So click on modules, and then you go to the modules page. Everything in the course is broken up in modules. So everything in the course is broken up into modules. So you'll see there's term 1, grade 10 numbers. So the reason why we call it grade 10 numbers is because we don't just do the grade 12. We don't just repeat grade 12. Most students don't have a problem with grade 12 work. They need to lay the foundation again for their grade 10 and 11 work, which is very important for future topics. So first of all is you just need to to do this first module, which includes editing your profile, past information, and how this course works. So how you would do that is you would go to edit your profile, and then you'll see here that we ask you to edit your profile. You see, when you communicate with us, if you haven't edited your profile, we don't know what your name is because we only see your email address. So please go over to account, click there, and start editing your profile, like putting in your name, your surname, and some other information that might be helpful. Once you're done with that, you can come and just mark it as done here. So then you can come back to this page and then mark as done. Okay, and then just click on next. Next is a little survey to tell me a little bit about your past experience with maths. Which describes you? I've never had math before. I had it till the end of grade 12. I have never had mathematics. I had it up to the end of grade 10, end of grade 9. I am repeating maths. What is more or less the mark you got for your last exam? Okay, let's say I got 52 for my last mathematics exam. On a scale 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy maths? Me, I love it. In your opinion, what may be the biggest obstacle in doing well this year in mathematics? I'm lazy. Okay, submit the quiz. Okay, and there you go. And then you can just click on next and then go to a page that will now explain to you how to use this course. So you'll see now that here is just an explanation on how to use this course, communication, studying, using this course, time to spend, etc. I think there's a little bit of old information. I haven't edited in a while, so I'll look to just make sure everything is still valid. I see, for example, my consulting times have changed. Okay, so let's go back to the modules page. So I've viewed this course. So originally the modules page looked like this. Okay, I haven't refreshed the page. And you'll see the little dots there. These little dots are the requirements. So for example, this one has to be marked as done. This past information has to be submitted, and this page has to be viewed. Now that I've done all that, if I refresh the page, you will notice that we have ticks for each of these dots, and the whole module has a tick. So this module is completed, and as a result, this next module has been unlocked. You'll see modules like this one is locked until you have completed the conditions for the previous module. So here you don't have to do this assignment. The topic test is already unlocked. That's not always the case. It's just the case since this is past grades work. You can just do the topic test. The topic test is to test you whether or not you can do this topic. I wouldn't recommend it though, because for the topic test you only get one chance. You get one chance at this topic test. If you get it wrong, then you have a second attempt. But if you still get it wrong, then you have to email me and say, please reset them. But then I'm going to require you to go and do the exercise. Now, you'll see that the requirements for the topic test is to score 80%. You have to score 8 out of 10 in order for this one to be unlocked. Not in both, but in either one of these two. So the prerequisite Introduction to Mathematics course, the prerequisite is for you to complete one item. So one of these two items have to be completed. While often, let's go to a topic where it says complete all items. Here we go. It's grade 12 work. You have to complete all these items, and you'll see there score at least 13, score at least 22, score at least 8. So you have to get, and this is 13 out of 13, 22 out of 36, 8 out of 8. You have to score at least that much in order to progress to the next topic test. And here again, score 5 out of 9, and only one of them. So for topic tests, if there's a completion condition, it's one of the two, while for the work, for the content, you have to be able to get 100% for all of them. Now I suggest that you just do that from the beginning. From the beginning, just try and get 100% for all of them, because otherwise you won't get 80% for the topic tests anyway. Okay, so my suggestion is go to the first topic, the first page. When you study, click on that page and then simply work through the content. Watch the video. There's some notes if you wanted to read the notes instead of watching the video. Click on next. Here's an example video as well in this case. That will show you some examples of how to do this. Rounding, there's no video on rounding because you should know rounding. And then the final topic for the first day's work, if you started on the 9th of Jan, is estimating surds. So watch the video. Okay, you'll notice here's a table of important exponents to know, and then go click on next, and that will take you to the assignment. Click on continue. And this will take you to the first homework assignment. You'll see it's 30 marks, and just have the intention to get 100% for everything. And so this is what you'll have to do. In this question, you have to select all the number sets that the following number belongs to. -92 is an integer, it is rational, it's a real number, and it's a rational number. And that's good. This is a non-real number. It's not really a number. 99 and 39 is an integer, real, counting, natural, and rational. Okay, square root of 8 is irrational. It's a real number and it's irrational. -19. Okay, let's say I do those. I'm going to do them wrong. If you don't know how to do this, here is a video to explain to you how to do this. Okay, this is just an exercise to help you identify to which number sets belong to, and then click on submit. Okay, you'll notice now that I got these ones correct, the ones that I thought about, but I didn't get full 5 out of 5. I got some errors here. The yellow means it's not perfectly correct. These ones aren't 100% correct. I could, however, see what it should have been. This one should have been counting numbers, so I get to see all the answers that it should have been. Okay, and but I can't just correct it. Even if I go now and correct this one as Z, which was correct, Z rational and R, Z rational and R, so this was incorrect, and I correct this one 33 as counting. Well, whatever. Like, even if I do correct it, well, let me do it. Show you counting the integer, rational, and real. Okay, so even if I do that and I submit it, notice it's marked correct. But if I look at my marks here at the top, I only get 4.5 out of 5. That's because we don't give full marks to questions where you already have the answers available. So in order to reattempt this question to get another chance of getting 5 out of 5, you click on try a similar question. So try a similar question, and please, this is going to take you forever unless you do this thinking, unless you really go and think -4 and spend time thinking about this very question, and only then clicking on submit. So make sure to make an effort with every single question that you do, to think on every question that you do, not just rush through everything so that you can get up to date. Rather, because that's just going to take longer, you'll have to redo and redo it until you get 100%. That is generally the idea with the homework assignments. It's not necessarily the idea with the first few modules, because we want to get you to the grade 12 work as soon as possible. But if you can't get 100% for these, it is a problem, because you need to know these topics in order to understand. Let me then go to some other questions. You'll see here is an example. Round this one to one decimal place, so 61.6. You can just press enter and that will take you there. Let me show you another example. Here, between which two integers does this lie? And you have to do this question and you can fill in these blocks. You'll notice, let's say you had to type in a square root. How would you type in a square root? Well, if you don't know, you can click on this little arrow here and you'll see it's not, you can't type in a square root here because it's it doesn't require a square root. But let's say you wanted to say infinity. You can put an infinite sign. Oh, so that's how you type infinity, an O-O. That's not 0, 0, that's O-O. What if you wanted to say that number does not exist? Then you use that. So that's just a little bit of typing advice. Let me see if there's a place where we can type in square root. No, there's no place to type in square root here. But again, if you wanted to know how to type something, there'll be a little arrow here at the top. So for example, how to type in a square. So 8 to the power of 2, you type like this. But let's say you didn't know how, then you can click on this yellow arrow on the side. Okay, so once you're finished with this whole test, you would be able to go back to modules. And if scrolling becomes difficult, you can, just because the course has a lot of content, you can just close modules like this. So let's say we finished our numbered module, close it like that, and here's just a little instruction how a topic test works. But where you could go is to numbers, to your topic test. Click on that, and I just want to show you how topic tests are different than the assignments. There's a time limit. You only have 12 minutes to complete this topic test. So continue. There's 4 questions. You'll see you have 10 points and you have 12 minutes. So you see it's again the same questions than we had before. So it's the same questions, just now you have a time limit. Rounding, finding the integers between which that lies, and another one of those. So that's exactly how you would do this topic test within 12 minutes when your time is up. So you can't start this and then go out because the time continues to run. Let me show you. We're on 11 minutes and 19. Let's go to modules. So we left on 11 minutes and 16 seconds, and we'll go back there in just a minute. Okay, so once your topic test has been submitted, you'll see that if you got 8 out of 10, you'll get a tick there and you'll be able to do this. Okay, so what I do want to show you, one more thing I want to show you is that everything following on here is locked, including your formal assessments. Now, formal assessments have to be submitted to write the final exam. So if you don't do the work, you won't write the final exam. Simple as that. Okay, so one more thing that I just want to show you is when it comes to paper 2. So all of this is paper 1 work, but as you go through, you'll see we eventually get to, here is term 1 grade 10 Euclidean geometry, lines, triangles, and so you'll notice here that it doesn't follow chronologically. So for example, this topic has to be finished by the 6th of February, while this topic has to be finished by the 1st of February. The reason why is because we run paper 1 topics and paper 2 topics concurrently. So for example, it makes sense that this topic test comes after this topic. And yet in the same week, we are starting Euclidean geometry. So it's not necessarily that you are going to work from the top to the bottom. So just make sure that you notice which topics are due. And you can do that just on your home page. You would see, if we go there on our home page, on assignment summary, that in February we start our geometry lesson. So if we go to February, you'll notice when you start your day, when you come to the 1st of February, you'll see, okay, today I'm due solving algebraic equations, and I'm due an introductory theme in Euclidean geometry. So you'll see both of those are due on the same day, so you will do both of those on February. So a topic test as well as the introductory module. Okay, so let's go back to this module, to our topic test. Let's see what happened when we went out of our topic test and now come back to it. So it still says this has a time limit of 12 minutes, but when we go in, you'll notice I only have 5 minutes left. And that is because this time keeps on running. It doesn't stop just because you went out. Okay, so let's say you come to a point where you have a problem. You get stuck. So how should you communicate with me that you're having a problem? Well, this is very important. I obviously have many students, and so to be able to go and look and all the students are at a different point in the course. So to go and find out what you're doing is very difficult. So I'm going to ask that you please quote for me this code when you are working on this assignment. Working on this assignment and you have a problem, maybe there's a coding error or you're really just not understanding how to do it, quote that code for me, and then you go to your inbox, write the message and explain to me what problem you're having. But the code is important, and also what's very helpful is if you quote the question number. So just quote that code saying Q2, please help, I'm not getting this right. Usually what I'll ask is for your steps. If you tell me you can't get it right, I'll ask you send me your steps, and I will then comment on the steps that you've done. It works very well that way, so please do that. Other than that, please, there's two very important things in order to be successful on this course. One is you have to work consistently. You can't take, well, you'll see on your calendar, if we go to calendar, that you can't take a day's break. If you take 1 day's break, except for Sundays, you are going to fall behind. So on every day, there's roughly about 30 points that you have to do. So every day is about 30 to 40 points of work to do. And roughly, if you are, if it's a topic that you know very well, that shouldn't take you more than an hour. But if it's a topic that you need to practice, then it will take you 2 hours. Okay, so every day there's about that much that you have to work. And even if there's a day where there's nothing scheduled, it just means that that topic is probably 60 points long. So you have to do 30 points on that day and 30 points on the next day. Or together these two is 60 points. So you do a little bit on this day and a little bit on that day. So even if there's nothing scheduled, doesn't mean there's no work to be done. It just means that the next day when there is work, it will be double the amount. So you'll take 2 days to do that. So you can really not take a break until it's holiday. Okay, so you'll have to work every day. If you hate working on Saturdays, then my suggestion is that you work twice as hard in the week to catch up even Saturday's deadline. Okay, so the one important thing is you have to work hard consistently. The second important thing is that you have to communicate. If you get stuck, I've got too many students to follow up one by one. So if you get stuck, I won't know. So please let me know if you are stuck. I am really here to help. Don't feel bad communicating to me. You can send me 100 emails in one day. I don't mind, as long as you make it easy for me to reply. In other words, quoting the code and asking your questions, giving me your steps, things like that. So please do make use of my service. I am here to help. I am your teacher, and the program is designed like that to find your challenges and help you with what you are struggling with. So do that. work hard consistently, communicate frequently, and just enjoy your studies. You will see this is a remarkable way to study maths. You will find that you are much more confident doing maths, but you have to work hard. Thank you very much for watching. I think I'll just show you one more thing on the course, and that is the rest of these. So modules is where you work most of the times. Discussions is where you can discuss, create a discussion. Maybe we discuss a past exam paper or something like that. Announcements is very important. That's where I will communicate to you important information relating to the subject. So for example, I'll weekly try and communicate what is due this week, some tips and things you can do. I'll try to weekly communicate the students that are performing the best. I want to honor them, and those that's working hard, we want everyone to know how well they're doing. Conferences is if I have an online live class, then we'll do it via conferences. People, everyone in the course. Collaborations is if there isn't anything like that in the course, but if you wanted to work together on a project, it would be on collaborations. Grades is now, I've done that first topic. So grades, I can click on grades and it will show me my grades for the course. This is typically, so you can see 1, that means there's 1. Announcements will have the same. There's 1 that's been graded, and that was that first topic I did, 5 out of 5 for that. You'll see all of your assignments for the year would be here, including, you can do it by assignment group. So for example, that would be helpful because these are the formal, you can see the weighting for your year. You've got assignments is 10%, investigations 20%, okay. Control test 30%, that's their weighting for the year. So they're not published yet, so you can't see them, but they will be right here at the top. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I'm looking forward to meeting you. So please communicate as soon as you can to introduce yourself. Thanks. Bye.